board's responsibility is to provide governing oversight of the senior leadership of the organizations, make sure that the organizations are financially responsible, make sure that the organizations are programmatically responsible, although their job is not to be engaged in the day-to-day operations of the activity or the organization. In most instances, the board's responsibility, or the board's biggest accountability, is making sure that that executive director lives daily around the mission and the vision of the organization.
To be a successful enterprise, you can best serve your mission or your organization by three different pieces of the puzzle. And I would say strategy, people, and operations are the three things that any enterprise needs to do well to be successful, whether it's for-profit or not-for-profit. And I would say that anyone that is willing to serve on your board can and should be both educated and hopefully engaged in any of those three pieces, and hopefully all.
What I always say is, no matter the size of the organization, if you're going to become a board member, you need a job description. And if there's a commitment form. So that job description and commitment form are somewhat interchangeable. I always tell them as well to ask about an orientation. So how will I be oriented to the organization? And what are the fiduciary responsibilities, to Flint's point about sort of a get or give, sorry. And then finally, does the organization have the proper insurance to cover you, directors and officers, as a board member?
The idea is that you want your board members to have a much broader view of the mission of the organization. For example, in our case, we try to keep our board educated about broader youth development issues, in addition to keeping them informed about specific programs and activities that we do, because we want them to be able to better lead, guide, and steward the organization and just not support what we do. And so we spend a lot of time trying to keep board members motivated, and we do that by immersing them into the mission or keeping the mission in front of them. So whether that means bringing one of our club members to a board meeting to talk about the activities that they participated in, or inviting board members to activities and programs that we may have so they can see the results of what we do. It helps them to stay in touch with what the club's purpose is.
We bounced from one thing to another, but there wasn't that forward focus. And that was because the mission statement had long since been forgotten, or was totally irrelevant, or lost, or whatever. I have found with boards, revisiting, and I think, this panel has said that several times, revisiting that mission statement, that it almost becomes a creed or a pledge of allegiance for a meeting, keeps everybody focused. Lots of good ideas come into a board meeting, but unless they further that mission, we're going to put that aside for right now. We're going to stay focused on what we're trying to achieve.